What's happening, peeps and peepettes? Hope you guys are having an awesome day. In this video, we are going to get a closer look at the reward for finishing off the 9th year anniversary, and that is a special project that Cryptic is giving us. This is basically a free ship if you do a mission daily. That is so every day you have to do a certain amount. In this case, we have to hunt down the Omega particle, and if we continuously destroy the particle, we are going to get as a reward 40 of those vouchers that you're going to need. Now we already have a bunch of them because they given us I believe 400 already to kickstart the reputation project, and the rest you can earn by doing the daily mission every 20 hours. So if you finish off the entire reputation project that you should have been slotted in your reputation, there should be an active project right here saying the 9th year anniversary prize ship. That is this thing right here that I have. This thing is going to be the Vulcan T'Pau Scout Ship. If I'm pronouncing it the right way, I should. T'Pau is basically T'Pau. So this is going to be the reward for finishing off the entire project after 25 days. They basically, like I said, they're basically already given us a bunch of rewards by doing the two first missions. The what was it? The Mirror of Discovery, both of them. I forgot what it was. Yeah, Mirror of Discovery. So there are two of these missions that you do: Parapacem and Illusions of Communication. So if you finish off these two missions, they're basically going to kickstart your reputation project. They're going to give you a bunch of these tokens that you can slot up on your project, and then just finish off by doing the daily missions, or you can just buy them through the low buy store. Yeah, well, basically it's up to you. If you want to throw some low buy at it, you're basically going to get this ship faster than everybody else. And my advice is don't use low buy. This thing is going to be available for us to to obtain. Just do the daily mission, do the grind, and pick up this ship. But definitely do the grind. This is a free ship. It only takes time and a little bit of daily effort, and you're going to get this awesome tier 6 Vulcan scout ship. So why not, why not? But anyway, let us go into more details to see what this ship is all about, and also include a little bit of a backstory. What Cryptic usually does with these ships, they give us a little bit of a backstory and also lots of statistics and numbers and stuff like that. So here we go. Named after one of the Vulcans great, the T'Pau class is truly logic-driven design for a scout ship. With flexible seating to adapt to the situation at hand, high mobility and effective cover space, powerful primary and secondary deflectors to protect the vessels, though through the powerful combat capabilities to deter any outside force from interfering with its mission. Very nice. I love whoever writes down these little stories of all of these ship, man. I'm definitely going to ask that guy to do like a backstory of my character, because I would love for him or her, whoever knows what it is, to make some kind of like text for my story. That was going to be awesome. This starship comes equipped with a console universal rebounding resonance frequencies. When active or when activated, this console blasts the target with negative energy that lingers for a short duration, causing all of the damage they dealt to be reflected back at themselves. Okay. All right. So the enemy deals fire, or at least deal damage to us. If you activate this thing, it's going to accumulate those that energy damage that he dealt, or at least the damage that he dealt could be kinetic or electrical, or energy based damage. It's not electrical, but kinetic or energy based damage, and then it's going to reflect back on himself as well. So it's basically like a feedback pulse. Doing lots of damage to himself. This console provides a passive boost to the maximum hit points. Very nice. Weapon hull penetration. Oh, I like that. That's awesome. So maximum hit points of your ship, an increasement in hull penetration, and this console can be equipped in any console slot on any ship, but only one of these consoles at any given time. So after achieving level 5 in the T'Pau Scout Ship Starship Mastery, you will unlock the Emergency Response Teams Starship trait. Okay, there is what? So this text is been copy pasted twice. I'm guessing. I'm reading here. So after achieving level 5. So while slotted, when any shield facing becomes depleted, you gain significant amount of secondary shielding for something about 30 seconds ish. 30 seconds ish was secondary shielding remains, activating any science or intel abilities to heal your hull and shields. What? I don't get this thing. So, well, this trait is slotted. When any shield facing becomes depleted, you will gain significant amount of secondary shielding for something about 30 seconds, so 30 second-ish. While the secondary shielding remains, activating any science or intel bridge officers will heal your hull and shields. Okay, so a little bit of yeah, they really need to work on these these lines up here, because that's not really, or at least to me, that's not really understandable what they're writing up here. But anyway, this station can be used at any level upon completing the tutorial expertise. As you level up, this ship gains additional hull, weapon slots, and console slots. So very nice. I really enjoy this, because this is going to be account unlock for everybody. So if you make a new character upon completion of the tutorial, you can basically use this ship and use this ship to progress your character further and further. I love that. So the faction is available for everybody. So Romulans, Klingons, and the Federations can actually use this thing. Required rank must complete the tutorial. For the rest, everybody can use it with a hull modifier of 0.9. Kind of low, but it's good. Shield modifier of 1.3, so definitely a shield tank. 4 weapons, 3 aft weapons, 3 room for 2 devices with a console modification, 3 tactical, 3 engineering, and 5 science. Now we already know that this thing is going to be a science heavy ship. It actually says so with secondary deflectors somewhere. With secondary deflector to protect the vessels. Yep. So we're going to get 2 secondary, or at least a normal deflector slot and a secondary deflector slot. So definitely science ship with a base turn rate of 19 degrees per second. Wow, this is crazy. That's really high. Impulse modifier 0.2 with an inertia rating of 80. Can equip the dual cannons, dual heavy cannons can be equipped on this ship as well. Subsystem targeting, so you can basically target your enemy's shield, weapons, engines on or the auxiliary power levels. I don't actually know if anybody still uses that. Me personally, I never used that. Since the beginning, I never used any of these subsystem targeting. I don't think that's, it's for me necessary to disable engines or shields or weapons for a particular enemy. But that's just my train of thoughts right there. Sensor analysis, I occasionally do use that. Secondary deflector slot, we just mentioned that. A console universal slot, rebounding resonance frequencies. That is that thing that we just read about. So plus 10 to weapon power, plus 5 to shield power, and also plus 5 to auxiliary with a Starship Mastery Scout Ship package. So precise weapon system, enhanced particle generator, EPG, and enhanced weapon banks. Auxiliary power infusers increases healing. Okay, that's all right. Whatever, never heard. I don't think I've heard that, but all right. Emergency response team, that is that unlockable starship trait that is just read right there. I like it. I very, very enjoy this thing. Well, at least on paper. All right, I'm going to go and head over into to the customization, see how much customization can be done on this ship. I believe there is a lot of customization that can be done, different material types that we can use. And let's find out together. So this is the customization right here. We can actually see that there is one template. There is only one scout ship. Now, I don't know if this particular ship was introduced in the TV shows, or is this like a design that... I don't believe Cryptic has done this, because I think I've seen this particular design with the with this oval shaped thing on the Discovery somewhere, on a trailer or something like that, or like... So I don't believe this is a Cryptic's design that that they made. It kind of looks badass. I mean, it's awesome. I think I've seen it on the Discovery somewhere, somewhere on a trailer. Wow, look at that. That is sick. Even the aft of this ship is really badass. Look at that. I love it. I love it. We cannot zoom in more at the customization, but we're definitely going to take a closer look in space. Let's see how far we can zoom out. Okay, that's not that bad. All right. So this is the template. This ship looks definitely badass. I wish we had more of these shapes and, you know, in the game, because definitely something that we have not seen before. And me personally, thumbs up on this thing. Okay, so there might be a little bit of a bug issue. I am on the Tribble testing server because I don't own this ship yet. And I really don't want to waste the lobby just to make a video. So I am on the Tribble testing server, and it says right here that the windows are not available. So I am definitely sorry about that. Even this... Do you guys see any windows except these things right here? I don't see any other windows though. All right, let's see what kind of different types of materials we have. Whoa, we only have 3 types of materials. So I am very sorry, guys. I lied to you. Does this thing have an own interior? No, it does not have its own interior. It does not have multiple materials. It only has 3. Or at least on the Tribble testing server, it only has 3 of them. So, oh my god. Oh, wow. Oh, that is sick, man. Love the details. What? Oh, look at this. It only it has like a tail section as well, something like, you know, right there, like a what you call it, that you know, that you can actually see in a playground, this like sliding thing, whatever it's called. Wow, wow. Look at this thing. This thing is even beautiful with type material type 1. All that reflection, that is badass. This is such a beautiful design. I don't like type 2 anymore. This is the way the ship comes out of the box when you equipped it. This is basically how it also is going to appear in the TV shows or on trailers and stuff like that. Now I do understand that this has to do with, like, you know, the way Vulcans need to be portrayed without emotions and stuff like that. But look how beautiful material type 1 is. My god, this is truly beautiful. Like, it has, like, you know, different types of, because it's like, you know, the brownish version, so I'm you know, comparing it to wood and stuff like that, but, like, you know, it has like different pieces of wood sticking out together. That is just quality right there. It only also has like insignia or something like that on top of this dome right here, and also on the front. Don't know what it is. Maybe we can get a closer look in in space. And here is the belly of the beast. Wow, this thing is beautiful. I love it. The upgraded... Oh... The upgraded materials are just... that has to do with, you know, my account being like a lifetime member. You guys might not actually get the same materials. Very nice. I am liking this ship already. Damn, this is beautiful. Kind of looks a little bit, if you look at like this, kind of looks like a greenish helmet. Without this, obviously, just, you know, here has the eyes part, and this is like the mouth that they had. Wow, very nice. I'm definitely enjoying this thing with material type number 1 and the upgraded version. That is just even better. All right, so obviously you can put up like, you know, pattern overlays on this thing and make it like hideous, like I'm doing right now. Something like that, or bluish. Yeah, so you can actually see that there is lots of places where you can actually colorize this ship. And in my opinion, these colors that you're going to be using in this ship, these are too hard. These are just, you know, it's just monotone in colors. You know, just put in the entire part that you're going to colorize in one color, and there is no fade in, fade out, or something like that. So it only messes up the you know, the ship. There is no really good design to actually utilize different materials types and different colors to enhance your ship in its, you know, its gorgeousness, if that's even a thing. Anyway, I'm going to head over into space, see how big this ship is if we compare it to a Lucari scout ship, the Triangle, Dorito, whatever you guys are calling it these days. So I'll see you there. So this is how it looks in space. It is very tiny if we compare it to a different ship. And we already know what kind of ship this is. This is the Lucari scout ship. You should already have this thing as well. This is also one of those free tier 6 ship that they gave us. If we could compare the two, this one is tiny. Look how small it is. If we point them in the same direction, look at how tiny. This is basically an escort ship, and even smaller than an escort ship, because it's like, I'm guessing the Defiant in its, you know, cross section right here, it should be a little bit bigger than that. But this one is really tiny. Very nice. It's even is like, you know, like half of this you know, Lucari scout ship. Very, very small. Very tiny. But it is maneuverable as it can be. If we go over to the statistics now, I do want to mention that you guys understand that this is not, I have not built this ship up. This is not a build, but for my particular character, it's already at 27 degrees per second that this thing is turning around with just the normal default gear. Nothing has been enhanced there. So that's cool. You can definitely, you know, point this thing in the right direction to the enemy. So that's very nice. That is definitely very nice. Now I am going to give you guys a little bit of a summary of what this ship is all about. So we got 3 weapons on the front, deflector and a secondary deflector. Keep in mind that this is a science-based ship, so more science abilities is going to suit this ship to its full potential, obviously. Impulse warp shield, that is a standard. We have 3 aft weapons. There is no universal console slot or any what's it called, the I forgot the name. Oh man, what was the thing called? You guys know what I'm talking about. The The experimental weapon. Wow, there you go. There is no experimental weapon slot, so just what you're going to get is 3 basic weapons. So 3 on the front, 3 on the aft. Room for 2 devices, room for 3 engineering consoles, 3 tactical consoles, and room for 5 science. So definitely go science heavy. Do science-based damage on this small-looking ship that I think if it was a little bit bigger, this was going to be a beast. But staying true to, to whatever theme that they're going for, this is definitely a scout ship. So basically the front in line just, take scans and go back to the Armada with all of the intelligence report, if you can call it that. All right, so mastery level 1. +5 in accuracy rating, level 2 +15 damage to exotic damage abilities. This is also a different or at least another indication that you need to go exotic if you want to take this ship to its full potential. Level 3 +15 in critical severity. Level 4 is improved hull healing abilities by 10% and also shield healing abilities by 10%. Enhanced retroactive circuitry. I don't believe I've seen this one before, but I could have missed something. And level 5 is that unlockable starship trait, emergency response team. So secondary shielding plus buff on shield depletion. So whenever any shield facing becomes depleted, I'm going to get with my particular build. This has to do with me, guys. You guys can have like a totally different number right there. I'm going to get plus 38,187.5. I'm guessing shield hit points. Secondary shields for 30 seconds. Now, it does not say that all of the shields are going to get or just the facing that has been depleted. Because if that's true, then I have to divide that number by 4 because I have 4 shield facing. You got the front, the aft, the left, and right shield facing, or port and starboard. So I don't know if that's going to be just 1 shield facing or all 4 of them combined. I'm guessing it's going to be all 4 of them combined, just like just like we get temporal hit points on our hull being pinkish in color, giving us an indication that are temporal hit points and that they're going to leave after a certain amount of time has passed. So I'm guessing that's going to be temporal shielding, basically the same as temporal hit points. And this is just secondary shielding for, I'm guessing, divided by 4, 38,000. So let's say about, what is it, about 10k in shields per shield facing, 10k-ish, once every 60 seconds. And this is going to linger for us every 30 seconds-ish. So whenever, this thing is a really good trait. This thing is awesome. So this thing is only going to kick in once every 60 seconds, but when it's going to kick in, it's going to last for 30 seconds. So you're going to get about, 10k in, secondary shieldings if a shield facing becomes depleted. And I'm definitely want to showcase this thing in a patrol mission that I'm going to do. But anyway, while secondary shielding persists when activating any science or intel bridge officer abilities, we are going to get 4,500 hit points. I'm guessing that is just health hit points on the ship. And also plus 1,200 shield regeneration applied once to each facing of our shields. Wow. Wow, this thing is, guys, if you don't understand how big this ship is, or at least this starship trait, I'm telling you, you should grab it and you should do all of the daily missions or just throw low buy at this thing. This thing is definitely a must-have in your arsenal. I'm praising this ship a lot, but this starship, the mastery, the unlock, you can basically use it to all of your ships if you want to survive, definitely for tanks and stuff like that. Yeah, this thing is a must-have. All right, nothing more to show. Only the universal console in its more details right here. So when activating this console, blast the target with negative energy that lingers for a short duration, causing all of the damage they dealt to be reflected back at themselves. This thing also gives us as a passive 3.3% in maximum hull capacity, so definitely an increasement in hull hit points, and also plus 21.4 in starship hull penetration. Now that is going to be the same for everybody. That is not tied in whatsoever to your skills, traits, or abilities. That is just the basic number, but this console is going to be so 21.4 in hull penetration. Wow, that is nice. This thing can also be improved by starship weapons. So if you so hold on. This is, I just said that this thing this thing is not going to be enhanced, but it is going to be enhanced. So the flat out numbers that this thing is going to get is 21.4, but if you give your starship weapons more points in your skill list, this number is going to be enhanced. But the default, the minimum is going to be 21.4. So very nice, very, very nice. When activated, we just read that, 10-kilometer range, 0.5 seconds to activate with a 2-minute cooldown, reflects 28.13% of the damage dealt by the targeted foe back to themselves with 50% shield penetration. Cannot critically hit. Oh, that's too bad. So it's going to deal off, well, when the enemy is going to deal off, damage to you, it's basically going to deal off 30% of that damage back to them with an increasement of a shield penetration. So it's going to bypass 50% of the shields. Very nice, very nice. And this thing cannot critically hit, so it's not going to be enhanced by your critical hit points or what am I saying? Critical points, critical severity, or so you cannot actually have like a really, really high number when it's it's going to kill your enemy in one shot. Activating any exotic damage ability will grant 4% in firing cycle haste for energy-based weapons for the next 10 seconds. There you go. There you go. Even another reason to obtain this stim. 4% firing cycle haste for energy-based weapons for 10 seconds. Are you kidding me? Definitely grab this ship. This console is really good. Skill effect, this ability, EPG, exotic particle generator. Keep in mind everything that has to do with this ship is based on science. Very nice. I like it. I love it. Now give me a second for me to grab the Admiralty card and then I can show it to you as well. Here we go. The Vulcan T'Pau Scout Ship Tier 6 comes with 4 stars in its rarity, 29 points in engineering, 37 in tactical and 60 in science, with an 18 hours in cooldown. And this thing comes equipped with a special ability, plus 8 in science and tactical per engineering ship. So if you slot this one plus an engineering ship, you're going to get plus 8 in science and tactical, with 18 hours in maintenance after use, obviously, and it's currently on reserve because I'm not using it. Basic station layout, we have a Lieutenant Commander Universal / Intelligence station. We definitely need intelligence on science, so that's very nice. A Lieutenant Commander Universal, so you can slot in all kinds of stuff up there. Very nice. Lieutenant Universal Station, very cool. And an Ensign Universal Station. Whoa, my god, so many Universal Stations. This thing is going to be a beast. Look at that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 Universal stations that we can select. All kinds of stuff. 1 intelligence stations and 1 basic commander science station, not engineering, but a commander science station. Wow. So the only thing what is unlockable with this ship is that you are going to have to use a commander science station. All of the other ones, these are basically up for you to grab, and you can basically build this ship the way you want it to do. Only down point is that I would recommend utilizing intelligence on this ship. This is going to be a very powerful ship. I can understand that right now. You guys are going to go nuts with this ship. Don't you just love it when your recording crashes? Your recording software, I mean, but it's all good. Just have to do this thing again. But anyway, yeah, I just want to give this, throw this out there that you guys should not be judging me on my build. This is never, my intention to make builds for you guys. This is me just showing you what the capabilities are of this ship, how fast it is, what kind of weapons it has, a little bit of an insight, but not actually a build, because I really hate it when I have to give advice to players. Play the game like this and not like that. So I'm just gonna say that this ship is really interesting, to say the least. The turn rate is really slow, or at least really fast, so you can turn on a dime with this thing. It is based on science, so you can definitely use stuff like this. Sensor, what's it called? Sensor analysis? Yeah, sensor analysis on these things. And you can actually use traditional weapons with the one that I'm actually using, even though I don't recommend it, because you're not going to be able to enhance your weapons, let's say, as an other normal player with, different tactics and different consoles layout. I would definitely recommend using the science in its, in this build to its full potential. So go with, APG really high, and you should deal really, high amounts of damage. But even, using it traditionally, like I'm using, beam fired wheel, torpedo spread, chemo, stuff like that. Even this thing, whatever it's called, aceton beam, just to do radiational damage. It's still doing, really good. It's surviving on its own, even though it has, my, normal stuff have not been enhanced. These are level less. Ouch, ouch. These are level less items that I'm still using. These caissons, if you can measure this as a, as a base of standard, whatever the enemies levels are going to be in tough and really different situations, this thing is definitely kicking butt. I can tell you guys that. So the universal console slot in its full potential I'm going to use against the carriers, because that is going to be a little bit more interesting for me to display. I don't think there is any visuals accumulated with that, but we will see. Let's do a little bit of health. Now my build is definitely not optimized to kick butt with multiple enemies like these guys are doing. And my build is basically using more than one enemies to be destroyed. Oh, I thought my software crashed again. Okay, that's not good. So here come the carriers. That is a carrier. Now let me just aggro it a little bit. Oh, okay. This guy is my aggro. Okay, so here we go. In 3, 2, 1. You guys actually see that beam going up on top of this guy. It has, it has a little bit of a shielding facing type deal going on. Oh. It should give us some kind of... No, it doesn't have any more animation than that. It had a little bit of like snowy thing going on over the shield. So you can basically see that it's that this thing actually was being utilized, but now it's gone. Now it's totally gone. So this ship, guys, I don't know if you've been listening to the video, but this ship is definitely one that you need to grab yourself. Throw some low buy at it if you are picking up this video in a other stage when this event is not going on. Make sure you grab the Phoenix lockbox, or no, the Phoenix event, not the lockbox, the Phoenix event. They usually give out these events like once every 2 or 3 months, and you can basically grab it from there as well if you are lucky. If you're not lucky, then you are missing out on a really potential very good survivability ship with a really awesome console. Then with my particular case, this thing is doing 30% damage reflected back to the enemy with 50% shield penetration. So definitely something like a feedback pulse that is going to linger over the enemy during the entire rarity that is going to continue. So my personal advice to you guys, grab this thing. It's a free ship, and if you're not going to use the traits or the universal console slot, use it as Admiralty, farm yourself some resources, dilithium or whatever you are farming at that moment. That's it for this video. The shield visual videos is going to come up as well. Hope you guys are going to have fun with that as well. And I'm going to end this video by saying that I definitely would love to see you on other videos as well. Leave a comment if you enjoyed it, and if not, I'm really sorry. No, I'm not sorry. But anyway, that's it for this video. Take care. Later.